Good day, traders. Hoping that everybody's doing well today. Let's see what we have on the market and how we can recoup from our loss from yesterday. I think we had 2 losses yesterday, and take it from there. Let's see what we have. Drop your pairs on the side there, and let's jump in. Okay, from yesterday's analysis, I think, I'm not sure if it's ECAN. It's ECAN. So we had this setup here, which I'm just gonna go through quickly with you guys. And for you guys that watch the wushu, not the wushu, how we take our setups, then you'd see what I'm talking about. So once price got into our stop loss range here, the sell stop was triggered here, and then basically it started and then got kicked out here. I mean, I don't know anybody who survived this one unless you made your stop a bit wider, but you basically got kicked out there, and if you didn't, then you probably broke even. But then again, price came back again and completely went out of our range, which definitely meant a loss for us, which is not a train smash. I mean, if you are practicing good risk management, you'd understand what the market does. Okay, and then price completely left us and went extremely bullish. So I will mark that as our loss, just so that I don't forget, and it also helps us keep everything in check. Okay, so we'll be moving that a bit closer. Awesome. And then I think it was, I'm not sure if it's gold, this one didn't even get to our range, which was a bummer, because it could have been a very nice a drop from this top here. So it turned a couple of pips before our entry point, 8.4 pips, and yeah, we missed that one completely. It does happen. And then GJ is still valid. Price hasn't dropped down yet, so we are still holding on to this setup. We probably are going to find another one today. So with this one, this is another one that was playing with our emotions, because I mean, it completely went AWOL in our direction. But then again, the loss, we had stopped out at the beginning, somewhere around here, because I know it was triggered here with this candle, and then the trade went in here, failed to hit our 1 hour break-even point, and then completely kicked us out. And yeah, so that was out. It only came back later in the day to dismantle everything and completely drop into a beautiful setup. And then I think that was it. We only had those 2 losses. I haven't seen any of our other pairs getting closer to our range, except gold. Gold's tanking into our range here, so we'll see how far it goes. But we all know that there will be a sensitive area somewhere around here, so we'll see how that one plays out. So that's it for yesterday's setups. Okay, let's head over to the watch list. Good morning, Dihadal. US oil. Let's take a look at US oil. I actually removed it from my watch list a while back. We'll just add it back on now. I need more pairs. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so on the daily, on the daily, we do see a beautiful setup forming here, closing this entire imbalance here, which was closed. There was none created along. Well, there's this small one here, but now I don't think that one is a significant one. And then I'll probably wait for price. There's two areas I'm interested in. I'm interested in the area at the top, which will be this one here, and this one here. Although this one here, I'm not pretty confident about it, but it is an area that you will be able to actually take a look at. This never triggered in our time, came back like a couple of days later. So I'm going to remove that so I can make it neater. So we should be expecting a bit of a reaction in this zone here, and it will probably give us a decent setup, although we'll have to keep the stop loss range a bit wide, just so that if it does move aggressively, we don't get triggered in. But I do see something happening in this region here. That'll be the first idea. And of course, heading over to the downside. So something in this region. And this one here. So these are the only two areas I'll be looking at for oil, using the bigger time frames. And of course, you'll be targeting these lows here and partialing. So don't forget to partial. That's something that's extremely important that traders don't do, and it leaves you open in the wild and doesn't manage your equity well. Okay, and then hopping over now to the lower time frames. Let's see what we have in the 4 hour. I don't see anything neat there in the hourly. Nothing as well there. Let's check out the 30-minute. There's not really much we can work with in the lower time frames, and unless you want to be trading support and resistance, which we don't, but that's an area you'd want to look at. So once that's let me just reset this chart here quickly. So this is where we are on US oil. We'll be focusing on these two, or you can look at these two zones and of course see how they play out. There we go. Perfect. And then moving forward, I'm not seeing any other pairs, so I'm just going to hop on now to one of my favorite pairs and just take a look at what's happening on it and see if I can't be taking advantage of anything yet. Okay, so the hourly is what I have. We have a huge tank here. Let me just go to the daily so I can see what's happening at this bottom here. Okay, so we do have a sensitive area here, which you need to be wary of. And just delete that. It's making my charts a bit untidy. There we go. So with this one, we do know that we've got a daily zone here, where price is actually tanking to. So we have an idea that at this region here, especially looking at this candle here, but at this region here, there is some liquidity, of course, all the way here at the bottom. So you know that there is something here. So we should expect price to tank, take some of that and go back up. I'm going to be looking, let me just hop on all the way down to this candle so I can actually scoop that on up. So we'd have something like this on the arcade. Okay. And this, we are definitely going to the top, either to the zone or to that one there, but to be modest, we'll go for that one first. Remember, we don't manually close our trades. We partial all the way and ensure that we trail. So this is what we'll be looking at. And then now if you hop on now to the lower time frames, say for example the 4 hour, you do see this happening. Let me just move this a bit closer. You do see this beautiful structure happening. So if price does break this daily and collect all these orders, we should expect price to basically come back into this region and expect this level to hold, and just hop on now to a lower time frame so we can get a nice tear off area, and we'll have something along these lines, and of course tanking all the way to wherever it turned at, and then go back now into the 4 hour. So you'd have something like that. And by the way, this is dependent on price breaking the zone. So once it does break the zone and tank all the way up, we should expect it to come back into this area, collect some orders and drop some more. So that's what we should be expecting. Will it happen? We don't know. And that's why we stack the odds against, or not against, but with us. Awesome. And then hopping over now to 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour I'm not getting anything clean. It's at the 15-minute looks like. Also not clean enough for me to enter. It's very aggressively going down, and we could see a retracement at this region here on my open of the other setup. And if we do, then of course we'll be able to enter the setup and have a nice push to the top side, which would give us a decent R. So this is how the setup would look. And then moving forward, I'm going to do one more pair, and then we'll see how that plays out. Let's look at US 100. Okay, so US 100 is also one of those setups that sometimes go our way, and sometimes they aggressively literally turn upside down and go a whole different road. And that's the beauty of our setups. There we go. Okay, so we do have something happening here. What happened here? This was it was a loss, went up, triggered here. This is definitely a loss. Don't know why I didn't mark it. Okay, let's push it all the way up. So now with this said, we do have an entry point at the zone here, and we just need to refine it a bit more and actually have a setup that we can work with. You can use this one, this specific one, but now the challenge is your stop loss range is going to be huge, and you might find yourself holding a pair for a while. There we go. So we'd have this setup happening like this, and of course targeting these levels here. There we go. That's how a US 100 would look. Hop on now to the next pair. I see Chikonda wants us to look at UCAD. I think that will be our last one then, because we looked at oil, ORCAD, and then UCAD. Let's see if there is anything in UCAD. Start with the daily. Let's see how the daily is looking. Okay, so this one never triggered. Still very valid. But I'm going to remove it. It's a new year, new setups. So let's take advantage of that. Such a busy pair, this one, eh? Okay, so on the daily, we do see a bit of a U-turn happening. So we are probably going to be getting some bearish prices. And that's going to be a bit interesting. So I'm not actually seeing much with the daily setup except this zone here that does look sensitive. And then if you hop on now to the 4 hour, you probably are going to see some decent prices. So on the 4 hour, we have some sort of structure happening, which will give us something to work with. This will probably be the most decent point of entry, unlike taking it from this level here and of course going up to the top side. And this is based on the 4 hour, by the way. And if you hop on now to the hourly, I actually don't see much happening on the hourly. I don't see any other route it would go other than the upside, of course. 15. No, there's nothing there. So we'll keep it at this specific one. And let's see how it plays out. Don't forget to check out the bootcamp, guys. Don't forget to check out the bootcamp. That'll be a great investment for your year. And you'll definitely take advantage of what we have to show you guys. So that's what we have for the day. UCAD. Okay, let me just add US oil, because I removed it from the watch list. There we go. And then we've got US oil, of course, with the setup here. And that's about it for the day, guys. Remember to manage your trades. Take enough. Manage your risk. Manage your emotions. Don't overtrade. Maximum loss for the day is 1% at all times. And you'll definitely have a brilliant trading journey. Anything you guys need, drop us an email, drop us a telegram, and we'll be happy to help. Happy trading, guys.